than 10% chance of surviving.
That's right. Our next guest beat the odds. Phill Zdybel collapsed while playing basketball, died for almost half an hour before making a miraculous recovery. I'm pleased to say he's very much alive, and he joins us now from Melbourne. Phill, great to see you, smiling there. This is really, really serious. What do you remember in the lead up to the moment you collapsed?
My first morning, guys. Nothing. Yeah. Absolutely not a thing in the lead up to the collapse. Probably not even the weekend beforehand. Not even stepping onto the court. The stuff. Well, I definitely don't remember going to the game, travelling there, or even being on the court. I do recall things now from the weekend because they were on Facebook and stuff like that, and I've done a few posts, Kids for Cancer, bike ride and stuff like that, but absolutely nothing. I had no warning signs, no symptoms, perfectly fit, to be honest. And it just, yeah, you just a blink of the eye and I'm out, they tell me, out cold on the ground.
So they say you died for around 28 minutes. I assume that means your heart was stopped for that amount of time. Do you have any knowledge of what went on in that time? You know, I guess the question people want to know is, did you see the other side? That sort of thing, you know?
No, look, no lights at the end of the tunnel. No angels, no nothing like that. I've used the term a bit out of body, which has been a bit exaggerated to hover. And when I said a bit out of body, I mean, it's like I was just standing there watching a movie or watching it all as a bystander. But your brain's still alive. While it's getting there, it's still alive. It's still functioning. So that could have been me subconscious. I could have been aware of what was happening and not able to communicate it across. It could have been a lot of things. I mean, I could have been just out of body, standing there, directing everyone, telling them. I really don't know. That's as far as that part went. Was that I can still see it all in my mind.
As in, you can see them working on you in your mind. Is
Yeah,
that what you mean?
yeah. I can see Josh on the phone to 000, and I'm saying, "What are you doing on the phone, mate? Get off your phone. You're always on it." But I'm gonna call it 000, Dad. You know, and I could sort of see the nurse rushing over, but I'm not floating. I'm standing, watching, like I'm looking at you guys on the camera now. And they got the defibrillator, and the ambos are here. It's all good. I can go away and leave it all up to them. They can take care of it now. Not realising it was me, of course.
It's bizarrely terrifying, isn't it?
It is.
To think about. But Phill, looking at you, you're a fit man, a healthy man. You do it all: Taekwondo, basketball. Are you surprised you actually, you went down, you suffered a heart attack?
Clint, I just come back from the 21 World Championships held in 22 in the Netherlands, and in the lead up to that, being my age, I've had stress tests and echo Dopplers, and I got through the stress test, and everything was absolutely 100% fine. So look, yeah, it's something that can happen to anyone at any time. It could be a 6-year-old, an aneurysm on the heart. From what I understand, you can be born with them. They can be with you for a long time. They can remain undetectable. People often get them on the brain stem, the brain up here. This is something that can happen to anyone. It could happen to anyone's family. Sorry, I'm counting blessings every day. Every day is a blessing. Every day is a blessing.
And you mentioned before you saw your son Josh on the phone. There was an off-duty nurse to perform CPR. People were getting the defibrillator. How important do you think it is for people to know what to do in a scenario like that, for people to learn resuscitation skills? Okay,
as you said, survival rate's about 10%. It's probably less with a lot of odds not being on hand. That time it takes the ambulance to get there, that's the most vital time. It's the CPR that's going to keep the air supply, the oxygen going through to your brain. That's going to keep your brain alive. While your brain's alive, you're alive. Your heart's stopped. It's quick response. It's early CPR, and then a defibrillator if there's one available. And they're what's going to keep them going. And look, the defibrillator might not work. It might not be the in-house defibrillator that works. It might be when the paramedics get there and they get their equipment onto you. That's what works. But it's so important that people learn CPR. Look, sorry, I'm going on just quickly. I'll tell you how important it is. It's so important that I've got a first aid provider. First aid, I was coming in my little facility and doing training courses once a month, and the only people at this stage I can get to do them is my wife and my son, because they've been first hand. They've had it first hand, and they've said, well, we've experienced this first hand. I urge everyone to get out there and do it, because I hate to see everyone experience it firsthand before it happened to them. Don't just sit back and say, yeah, sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, Phil, we do have to go now, but that is such an important message, and thank you so much for sharing your experience with us today.
Sorry, guys.
No, you've been great.
Thanks,
You've been great. Counting your blessings, and we appreciate
Good to
it.
see you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Coming up at